PopCast, a crowd-sponsored yo-yo show. My name is Dr. M. Popular, and today I have a special guest, Ernest Kahn?
No, it's actually just Ernest Joseph Kahn.
Ernest Joseph Kahn, who goes by Ernest Kahn.
Yes.
Fun fact. Middle names are fun. Before we get started, huge shout out to Greg Knowles and all the rest of my sponsors over on patreon.com/docpop, DOCPOP, for making this show possible, for making the last, I think I'm almost 2 years into this reboot of PopCast. So I did it with y'all's help. Thank you so much. We have a ton of yo-yos. Ernest just got back from PNWR, Pacific Northwest Regional Yo-Yo Contest.
In Seattle.
And you brought some stuff for me to play with.
A couple goodies actually. I left with 5 yo-yos. I came back with 20. These are 3 of the ones I handpicked to showcase today.
Right on.
Yep. So yeah, excited to talk about them today. First, we have actually the Bear Trap by Caribou Lodge.
Love this one.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Definitely, I think one of the main points about the yo-yo that really stands out is the fact it's hollow on the inside. Makes it great for I would say finger grinds.
It is good.
Yeah,
it's a good yo-yo. Don't mind me.
And it's just like, yeah, it's. That's great. Hey, it works.
Quality content.
No, it's good.
Oh, cool. It's got laser etching on the
yeah,
inside.
it actually does. That's another thing that stands out.
Pew, pew, pew.
I think we should add that in. It's so good. We should add that take in.
I am sorry about that.
Hey, don't worry about it. This was meant to be played. All these yo-yos I brought were meant to be played and beat up and dinged up.
Right on. So this has these like a thin wall, and you get your fingers in there and you pull, and it spins so great when you don't do it over a tile table. Yeah, great job, Caribou Lodge, on this yo-yo.
Yeah, it's
killer.
A lot of fun. And then next we have by PopCast Yo-Yo, the Swamp Monster.
Swamp Monster.
So what I like about this, not only the color, I mean, you don't see many yo-yos in like a dark rose, but the shape and the fact it has Matador spikes as well, so that if you need to, pull start or anything fun like that, you can have some finger spins on that.
Man, there's some interesting stuff going on the insides here. There's a lot of detail.
A lot of detail, for sure.
This is pretty cool. And Matador spikes, if you don't know, are just right in that center axis. They're points, very, very sharp points that come out so that you can put your finger on those spikes and pull start or do different things and have very low friction on it. But yeah, there's a lot going on in this yo-yo, and it's a gorgeous color.
Yep.
This yo-yo, I don't usually like V shapes. I like very organic shapes. This yo-yo I threw and it felt very floaty and fun, and it felt like an organic yo-yo. I was really impressed with this one.
Yeah, they did a great job on that.
Also, great packaging. Play me. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Good job, PDX.
I think they definitely hit it with that. These yo-yos aren't made to gather dust on your shelf and actually be used. Last one we have is the Riptide. It's Michael Curdy's company, The Good Life. I think they killed it with the packaging. Yeah, it's got like a little mesh on the inside. It's great. And I mean, first thing you notice about the yo-yo is the color. So when it spins, it just turns into this really nice purple. So the purple and blue combined just even gives it a darker purple, which is really nice. And then the overall shape as well. Just awesome. Feels like such a great 1A yo-yo. Highly recommend to test it out if you haven't. Yeah. What were your thoughts initially when you first tried it?
Well, I like the feel of it. It's kind of interesting. It's got these very smooth parts, like the finger or the thumb grind area, and the outer edge is very rounded. And then it's got these kind of boxy parts. It's this kind of like hybrid, smooth boxy yo-yo.
Yeah, kind of like a modernized organic type of yo-yo. Yeah. It's got a little bit organic to the outside, and then a little bit more on like the modern innards, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, gorgeous yo-yo.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Well, thank you for bringing those. You also brought me this yo-yo, which we cannot remember the name of, but this is a Yo-Yo Factory yo-yo with a.
It's got the name Star in it. I keep forgetting which one it is, but it's the price range is anywhere from about $6 to $10, and it's just a great yo-yo to start off with. Mm-hmm. So they had these special edition, transparent PNWR with the sticker, which can be removed if you'd like just completely clear. but it's just a fun pocket yo-yo all around.
Super responsive.
Yeah.
If you're into modern responsive or like old school play, this yo-yo is super fun. It's just a nylon sleeve that just is lubrication and a nylon sleeve. It's not a ball bearing, and it spins just the perfect amount for you. So it's very responsive, very grabby, very consistent, but you can still do, around the world sleeping tricks. You can still do trapeze, everything you need to do, plus responsive stuff. I really dug this.
Yeah, so fun fact about that yo-yo, it's one of the yo-yos that Yo-Yo Expert has been kind of offering to just like the public in general, to get people started with yo-yo. Because, I mean, it's affordable for everybody, and it's just like you can do all the top 10 basic tricks to get started, and then this will lead to more advanced yo-yos after that. Yeah, it's great.
But also, if you're an advanced player, it's pretty fun.
Yep.
Speaking of responsive yo-yos, I brought a weekender and this experimental weekender. This is a titanium weekender that I tried making and did not work. This is one of those times, when you go out to design a yo-yo, sometimes you just have to say this didn't work. And this particular one didn't work, and I don't know if I'm going to try again. I have 3 of these prototypes that I made. Here's the things that I learned from doing it. First off, there was this miscommunication with the factory where I requested a 3 millimeter gap, and they accidentally did 4 millimeters, so we had to send this back so they could fix that. But even the 3 millimeter, it turns out the weekender is 2.75. 3 millimeter is what we started with in the first design, but then we ended up narrowing it down and really fine-tuning it. And the guys at One Drop were just like, no, you don't want that gap. Trust me. And I'm like, I think I want that gap. And we were all surprised that we ended up getting such a narrow gap on this and really enjoying it. But that's what makes the Weekender unique, is that narrow gap. The other thing is the lightweight, and we weren't able to recreate that lightweight with titanium. I was really hoping we could get super thin, because titanium's known for being very strong.
Yep.
But the engineers at the factory said this is as thin as we could get it, and it is much heavier than this version. This is 54 grams, and I think this is around 60 grams. So all in all, this is a old school yo-yo. It's not a modern responsive yo-yo. It's just a prototype. I'm not trying to sell it, obviously, because if I was, I'd be doing a terrible job of selling it. Just complaining about it. But like sometimes you try things, and of my yo-yo career, this is the first time things went so wrong that I'm like, cut my losses. I don't think we're doing a titanium weekender.
Oh, good. I think it was worth a shot, though. I mean, it looks great, and sometimes you got to take the hit.
I didn't bring it out, but also Steve Arbabi hooked me up with a Luftwork responsive yo-yo, and that is a titanium yo-yo that was done well. And
that's the Daytona.
The Daytona?
Yeah.
Cool.
Ed Haponic recently had a collaboration, and that was the one.
Well, he killed it with him.
Yeah, really good. A small bearing, a lot of fun.
Let's talk about a trick. We are going to show you a trick that Ernest is excited about. He's going to teach it to me. Tether.
Yeah, Tether. So Tether actually was created by Adam Brewster a while back, and it's just a different trick. It's the type of trick you have to kind of take a second look, like, did that actually just happen? So I'm going to show you his version, Tether, and then my version, the over-under Tether.
All right, let's go.
A lot of fun. Hey everybody, I'm going to be teaching you guys Tether today. Tether is where you get it into a chopstick-like mount, and the yo-yo will do a small revolution back into the pocket. Let me show you how that's done. Land on a trapeze, open this up, and you're going to land it on the topmost string, so you have it right in that segment, and start to turn your thumb so the yo-yo can do one revolution around back here, and then back here. So land on trapeze, open this up. You could pinch here. This makes it so much easier. Around, and then tweak that a little bit. One revolution back in, and then bind back. Trapeze, open that up, pinch, around, start to tweak this to the point it does one revolution, back in, and then you could just, there's other variations also. This is one that's a lot of fun, where you start to tweak it, and you could spin around back into it. So there are a couple variations, such as the over-under that I just showed you, alongside the spin around, because all of a sudden the yo-yo is facing you this way, which gives you the possibilities to go around this way. Let's do it one more time and land it. Open and around. There we go. Open and around. There we go.
Hey, thank you so much for showing me Tether, dude. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
it's a lot of fun.
I really
love
like that
trick.
part where
It goes around and around, kind
Yeah.
of like a carousel. Yep.
yeah, the part of the trick that's the trick. I like that. Before we go, let's see here. There's a couple things. Well, I mean, one thing that was kind of interesting is, you just got back from PNWR
Yeah.
in Seattle, where there's been the COVID-19 outbreak. It's
Yeah.
going to be an interesting year to see if any events get canceled in the yo-yo community.
Yeah.
Like here, we just had the street festival, the Sunday street festival just got canceled. That's just like a street festival.
Yeah.
Like that's not even like a contest indoors, A bunch of conferences are getting shut down. Some of them are like 10,000 people conferences. Some of them are like 500 people.
Yeah.
A lot of things with 100 people or more in this city looks like, if it's happening in the next few weeks or in the next month, like it's not going to happen. And then summer's going to happen, and hopefully coronavirus kind of goes down.
Yep.
And then fall, we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
It's going to be a weird year.
Yeah. No, definitely. So, I mean, we're hoping that Worlds doesn't get canceled or anything like that, or any future contests. But we're just kind of on standby right now.
Players are hoarding string.
Kind of have to, yeah.
You got to get all that string in case you get quarantined. We'll come out. We'll all be really good at something.
Yes, indeed.
Speaking of, another thing that Ernest and I had talked about is we decided it would be fun in June for each of us to try to learn solo hum in 30 days. Yo-yo hamster is the style of off-string yo-yoing created by Taka, who came up with the idea.
He's on Spin Gear.
Yeah, Spin Gear.
He's the owner of Spin Gear, sorry.
I'm
jogging my memory here.
Came up with the idea of doing off-string yo-yo with two yo-yos.
Yep.
And it used to be that whenever he would do this, he had to have someone toss an off-string yo-yo to him.
Yep.
And then once they tossed it, they would get it going, and it looked like a little hamster wheel. So they called that hamster style.
Yeah.
And then he figured out how to do it without having someone else start it, and he calls it solo hum.
Solo hum.
Because it's solo hamster.
Yeah, it's a great trick. I think it was derived from Diabolo, because two Diabolos or three Diabolos at once.
Yeah.
And he was like, let's do it with the yo-yo.
The hard part, I think, is just figuring out how to do that start, which hopefully 30 days is enough time for both of us to learn.
Yeah. I think also the yo-yos you're using, and provided they're not too wide, because it's going to be hard to hold two really wide yo-yos, and just something that just has a good medium to it. And then obviously landing both yo-yos, getting them to spin for long enough to hit the trick. Should be a fun challenge, though.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I've been wanting to learn this trick for a while.
At the end of the month, we should be doing solo ham with two executives.
Oh, I'm up for that challenge, too.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Ernest, for hanging out, for bringing these yo-yos, and for showing us Tether.
Good stuff.
We're
Thank you
two
for having
brothers.
me.